I recently got this 15-piece makeup set at Clicks for only 180 Rand. Today I'm going to be testing every product to see if it's worth the buy or not. Is it worth the buy? So this is a complete fail. Budget friendly, yes. It was a toy version of lip balm. Out of 10, I would give this a... So 180 Rand for 15 pieces of makeup works out to approximately 15 Rand for each piece. The reason I bought this set is because I really wanted a new lipstick. So what we have in this set is actually a setting spray. We've got 2 liquid matte lipsticks. We have a brow pencil. We've got a lip gloss wand, a lip balm. We've got 2 primers, a mascara, a liquid liner, eyelashes, a eyeshadow, and highlighter. So that's a lot of makeup products for only 180 bucks. I actually saw this on the shelf being advertised for 300 Rand. It was actually marked down to 200 Rand, and with the Clicks points, actually got it at 180 Rand. So let's go in and test each of these products to see if they're worth the buy or not. So it smells very chemical. So the first thing I'm actually going to go ahead and put on my face is the primer. There isn't any concealer in here or foundation, but I did apply a light concealer to my eyes already. So the first thing I'm going to test is the primer. I'm actually really nervous to test this just because I've never put any foundation on my face that I've never trusted before. This is how it looks. So I'm just gonna put this on my face. I'm not putting any foundation over this. I'm literally just trying the product to see if it works or not. I brush to blend it out. It feels really moisturizing and hydrating, so that's really good. I'm not really a person to use primer, so I can't really compare this to anything else, but the consistency of this is really hydrating. And I usually have like really tiny pores on my face, so I don't know if this actually works to get rid of it, but right off the bat, really, it feels kind of chemical on my face. Maybe that's just because of the smell. I'd say that this is an affordable primer if you're looking for one. Out of 10, just because of lack of knowledge of not being able to actually use primer, I would give this a 6 out of 10. I'm going to start off with the Smudge Fruity Lip Balm, which looks like this. It has a tip with the brushes on it, so let's actually apply this and see what it feels like. So it's a really pink color, which I would not use. It feels really sticky, like almost like those really cheap lip balms. It's really moisturizing and really sticky. So it kind of looks really glossy once you have it on, because it reminds me of kind of like those lip balms we had when we were growing up, and that was a toy version of lip balm. It's not really sticky to the point where it's going to dry out. So out of 10, I would give this give it a 5.5 out of 10. The next thing I'm going to try is this eyeshadow. It's in a really cute little container, which is really compact if you want to travel and you want something really small. The shade is kind of like this rose gold pink. This is the transfer to my finger. You can't really see it, but let's try putting it on. Okay, so you definitely need a primer on your eyelid if you're using this, because it's really dry. Okay, so I'm just going to do one eyelid. There's no difference of pigment. Okay, so that's one good one. Can you tell the difference or not? For me, it's really subtle. This would definitely wear out a few hours into wearing this makeup. Budget friendly, yes. Do I like it? Not really. I would give this a 4 out of 10. I'm wiping off the lip balm. We're gonna try this lip gloss wand. The color looks really orange. A basic lip balm. So this is almost like a clear shade. It smells really fruity, but in a bad way. Like, I think I personally prefer this one over the previous one just because it's a more natural clear gloss. It's not as moisturizing as the previous one, so for that reason I think I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10 just because I like the way it's almost clear and sort of natural on the lip. So the next thing we're going to try, it's called the Brow Micro Pen. This before, I really like the concept of it, but I've never managed to find a good micro pen that lasts. This is what it looks like, and it's meant to basically draw in little lines on your eyebrow. It dried up almost on the first use, and that's the problem with these types of things. So if you look at me actually apply it, this is actually the transfer. Now if you look at the pen and you look at the way it's transferring, it's not supposed to be a solid line. It's supposed to be these little strokes to mimic your eyebrow hairs, and this is not what we're getting. So this is a complete fail. I would give this a 4 out of 10 just because there is some color coming out of it. Okay, the next thing we're going to try is the eyebrow pencil. We've got the usual eyebrow pencil, which has your spoolie and the pencil, and then we have something interesting. We browlet, and it's almost like a stick of color, and on the other side we have this brush. I've already tried this one. It's basically applies like a thicker version of the pencil, and I prefer the pencil, so I'll give this one a 5 out of 10. And let's try the eyebrow pencil. So if we're applying this, I really like this one. I think I would actually buy something like this because it applies almost very similarly to the one that I have. Yeah, it's basically, I think this is a really good product for the price, because it's almost like the one I have, which is like 5 times the price. So I would give this brow pencil a 7 out of 10. Is the liquid liner. So with liquid liners, if you've used them, you know that especially if you have a shaky hand, you want a really good fine liquidy pen application to be able to get that straight line, and this is a try. The pen looks quite thick, which is concerning because I'm not very steady with my hand, so I could easily make a mistake. With this one, I think you have to really precise in your line. I'm going to try and neaten it up to see if it makes a difference. It is quite dark pigmented, looks almost the same as any other liquid liner. The only concern I would have with this is the precision of it, which is not that great, and also the wear of it. So I'm pretty sure wearing this 2 hours in is going to start to fade, and that's a problem with liquid liner. But budget friendly, definitely. Is it worth a buy? I would say no, so I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Next thing I'm going to try immediately after, which makes sense, is mascara. The mascara is a really tiny bottle as well. Let's give this a go. So recently I've been using a really clumpy MAC mascara. Pretty fine. It doesn't look like it's a clumpy mascara, but let's try it on. So I have curled my eyelashes. Just to see the actual effect of this, I'm going to color quickly and we'll see. Okay, so I've done this a few times. Obviously you go over it more, but I think it's like 4 or 5 times on my eyelashes. You can't see any difference between the mascara and mascara. It's not that great, but it is pretty fine. So if you're looking for a really natural look, makeup look, and you don't want to use a lot of mascara, I think this would work nicely. So this is the finished look of the mascara. I think I've never stopped to realize how effective my other mascara is until I've compared it to something like this, because 3 applications of the MAC mascara and it gives you a really clumpy look without any false lashes, and this, you can't even tell I have mascara on. So I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 10. With fake eyelashes, I'm not going to apply this on just because I don't want to put any glue on my eyes right now. So just by the looks of it, I would give it a high rating of like 7 out of 10. But in terms of the glue, I don't know how that's going to work. Obviously, you can buy your own glue with these eyelashes and I'm sure it would be fine. Now, something interesting I noticed about the lipstick was that even though these two colors look completely different, this looks brown and this looks very red, when I applied both of them on, they look like they're almost the same color. So let's start off with the brown one. It smells very chemical. It smells very chemical, so it's not a good thing, but the color is really good. Okay, so this is half of my lip. I feel like it was really weird. I'm just going to go ahead and put things I think on my lip. Okay, I'm just going to quickly tidy it up. Okay, so I think this is the finished look. The problem I'm noticing is that if you have a wet lip, it's not going to apply nicely. So if you look at the inner corner of my lip, it's not dry, so the lipstick's not sticking to that part. But just the color of this I think is a really nice color. I would not use this on an everyday makeup look. I would definitely use this, if you're going out a bold makeup look once in a while. I would definitely use this color. The only problem is I know that it definitely doesn't last very long, but color wise I would really like it. I'm not going to put the other color just because it looks almost exactly the same with just a slight hint that might be different, but this is what it looks like. Definitely taking more time to apply it correctly would give you a better look. So out of 10, I would give this one I would give it a 6 out of 10 just because of the application not being that great and it not lasting very well. And then to finish off everything, we have a finishing spray, which comes in a small bottle. I don't really trust it too much just because it looks kind of cheap, but let's give it a go. And I mean, the only way you're going to really test finishing spray is if I wear this makeup for quite a few hours and see if it came off or not. So just by the smell of this, it feels like there's a lot of water in the spray. In the setting spray, the first ingredient we have is water. We've got ethyl alcohol, glycerol, and all of those things. There's quite a few ingredients in here. I personally don't have enough expertise to tell if these ingredients are safe or not, so we're gonna have to trust the fact that I think it's cheap. So this is the finished makeup look. Let me know in the comments below if you think this is worth the price or not, and if you yourself would go out looking for it. If any knowledge or if you've used smudged products before, also let me know what you think of it. I know they have a really good range of fake nails. I've never tried it before, but I have seen that it's quite popular.